Welcome. As we saw in the previous episode, hallucinations happen when constraints are missing. But there's a bigger question educators need to address when using these tools. What about ethics? The use of artificial intelligence in education raises legitimate questions about equity and transparency, about data, and about the changing nature of student work. But here's what ethics. Let's break this down into 3 core questions you should ask every time you use these tools. Question 1. Are you transparent? Students, parents, and colleagues deserve to know when AI is involved in your work. If you use artificial intelligence to draft feedback, say so. If you use it to generate discussion questions, acknowledge it. If you use it to adapt materials, be clear about the process you're following. Transparency doesn't mean you did something wrong. It means you're being honest about your methods. A 2024 report from the Ethics in Educational Technology Coalition found that 82% of parents supported teachers using AI for administrative tasks like planning and grading support, but only when teachers communicated clearly about how and why they were using it. Transparency builds trust. Secrecy erodes it. Here's what this looks like in practice. You use AI to help draft an email to parents about an upcoming field trip. You review it, edit it to match your voice, and add specific details the model couldn't know. You're not required to write, "This email was partially drafted using AI" at the bottom. But if a parent asks about your communication process, you should be able to answer honestly. If you're using these tools to create assignments, rubrics, or assessments, the same principle applies. You don't need to announce every use, but you shouldn't hide it either. Question 2. Is access equitable? This is where things get complicated. If you're using AI tools that require paid subscriptions, are all your students able to use them? If you're assigning tasks that require AI access, are you giving students who can afford premium tools an advantage? Equity isn't just about access to technology, it's about access to the benefits of technology. If you're using artificial intelligence to differentiate instruction, that's valuable. But if only some students benefit because only some have access, you've created an equity problem. A 2024 study by the National Education Policy Center found that 67% of schools serving low-income students reported limited or inconsistent access to AI tools, compared with 23% of schools serving higher-income students. This doesn't mean you shouldn't use these tools. It means you need to think about who benefits and who doesn't. Here's a practical example. You discover that AI can help generate personalized reading recommendations based on student interests and reading levels. That's useful. But if you're recommending a paid AI tool to students and half your class can't afford it, you've just created inequity. The solution isn't to ban AI. It's to find free alternatives, provide school access, or use the tool yourself to create resources that all students can access equally. Question 3. Is data protected? This is non-negotiable. Student data is protected by law. FERPA in the United States. GDPR in Europe. Similar regulations worldwide. When you upload student work to an AI tool, you need to know, where does that data go? Who has access to it? Is it used to train the model? How long is it stored? Many AI platforms have education-specific policies. Some don't. You're responsible for knowing the difference. According to guidance from the U.S. Department of Education's Privacy Technical Assistance Center, educators must verify that any third-party tool complies with student privacy requirements before uploading identifiable student information. Here's what this means practically. If you're using AI to provide feedback on student essays, remove names first. Use student IDs or pseudonyms. Don't upload anything that directly identifies a child. If you're using a school-approved AI platform with proper data agreements, follow your district's policies. If you're using a consumer tool on your personal account, assume student data is not protected. When in doubt, anonymize. Remove names, schools, and identifying details. Treat student information as you would in any other context, with care. Now let's talk about what ethical AI use actually looks like in practice. You use artificial intelligence to draft a lesson plan. You review it. You adapt it to your students' needs. You test it in class. You revise based on what worked. Transparent? Yes, if asked. Equitable? Yes, because you're creating a resource that all students can access equally. Data protected? Yes, because you didn't upload student information. That's ethical use. Here's another example. You ask AI to generate quiz questions based on a chapter your students read. You review every question for accuracy. You adjust the difficulty. You remove questions that don't align with your objectives. Ethical? Yes. You're using the tool to support your work, not replace your judgment. Contrast that with this. You upload student essays with names attached to a consumer AI platform. You ask it to generate grades and feedback. You copy that feedback directly without review. Not transparent. Not equitable if some families object to AI use but weren't informed. Not data protected because you uploaded identifiable student work to an unvetted platform. That's where ethical lines get crossed. Ethics isn't about whether you use these tools, it's about how you use them. Ask the 3 questions. Be transparent, ensure equity, protect data. If you can answer yes to all 3, you're not abusing artificial intelligence. You're teaching with it responsibly. And if you can't answer yes, adjust your approach until you can. Because the goal isn't to use AI perfectly, it's to use it thoughtfully. With intention. With care for the students and families you serve. Like and subscribe for more AI insights. Until next time.